Hi guys, just going to tell you about this video I'm putting up now. The first part is about the beef stew I was going to cook on my stove, and the second part of the video is all about Nobby's sweeps coming to the boat to inspect and clean the stove, and I found out it was a fire risk and I could have had a serious incident if I hadn't had it cleaned. That was the first, and luckily it didn't happen when I was in the shower, but I ran out of water. I put the washing machine on, probably hear that in the background. Alexa, stop. Hope all your Alexas haven't just turned stuff off now. Yeah, so I'm just filling the water tank up and going to get a few bits and bobs done today. On the boat, I've got a friend Mark coming down tomorrow. He's going to have a look at the boat, coming down from up north in Newark. So looking forward to that. Meg's been out. Gonna have my first cup of tea, get rid of some more rubbish. Had some those lights delivered last night, so I'm gonna try and put one of those up maybe today. But yeah, it's all going well this morning, apart from running out of water. I need to get this mat out of here as well and give this a sweep. It's not been done since I bought the boat, so that's one job, but not for today. So the cupboard cleanup continues, and I've just fitted this other light to light up that section. That's not a cigar. That's actually a tube of aftershave, would you believe? So yeah, it's coming on. So I've got the light up there, light there. I'm considering putting one under here. I've got 4 lights. These things, 12 volt LEDs. So there are connectors there, and I've also got a pack of these connectors for 12 volts. So you simply clip that onto the red and black wire, and your new lead goes into there, or cable, and connects it all up, so there's no cutting or stripping of wires. They clamp into the wire. Just show you at the back, it's probably easier. They clamp into there like that. That's some spare wire I had for some other lights I've got on the boat, and yeah, it's all looking good. That's the fire underway. Going to make a nice beef casserole tomorrow and cook it on the top, because Michelle's coming over, and on Saturday we've got Nobby, the chimney sweep, coming. He's going to clean the flue, check the wood burner, make sure it's all safe, and I'll ask him if he minds being filmed. If not, I'll just show you afterwards and tell him what he did. This is one of the best bits of living on a narrowboat. Your wood burner, so versatile. I love it when the temperature gets up and these fans just suddenly start to come to life. So yeah, tomorrow will be stew day. So I was a very lucky boy at Christmas, and Michelle bought me this beautiful cast iron pot so I can cook stuff on top of the stove. And so today I'm going to make a beef stew, casserole stew, whatever you want to call it. Very simple to make, and these are the ingredients I use. Some chopped carrots, some parsnip, onion, button mushrooms, beef stock, thyme, beef, salt and pepper, and that's pretty much it. We're going to have some mash with it. You could put some potatoes in there, you put whatever veg you want in there, but It's very easy to use. I'm going to flour the beef and sear that off. Then remove that. Then I'll do the vegetables, sear them off, chuck the beef back in, add the stock, salt and pepper, and thyme, and let it cook away. It's very simple, and I'll show you the next process. So into my new pan, a bit of oil, and this is rapeseed oil. Already added the seasoned flour to the beef. Use the container that's in just to save some washing up. Goes into the pan. And I'll start sizzling away and brown nicely. So it's got the vegetables in. I didn't sear them off in the end. I thought so, I'll just chuck them in. Got the meat browned off, got the stock in there, got the thyme in there. And that's just going to sit and bubble away for the day. We'll put it on the stove in a minute when that gets a bit hotter. But I'm just going to get started on the hob. But I've got, what time is it now? 9:30. So yeah, I've got a bit of time. The fire's going. Pot's on. It's not quite hot enough yet up there, but it's getting there. That'll be lovely for later on. Well, that wasn't the best cooking demo I've ever done, but yeah, burning the tea towel, that was a bit dodgy. I could smell burning. I thought, what's that going on? But the fire's going nicely now. Just show you that. Turn around, and the pot's on there. Oh, lovely. I can just sit there now till 4 or 5 o'clock. Be delicious. Keep forgetting where to look. Should look at this little green dot, then it looks like I'm looking at the camera. I'm just giving it a stir. Look how lovely that's looking. Nice and thick gravy. Beautiful pan. Thank you, Michelle, for this. Perfect. Oh, nice. Good morning. We're up very early this morning, and I had a little look outside the front window at the bow, and we could see a heron across the marina. So I rushed to get my camera, and he caught a little pike, a little jack pike, and I managed to get some pictures of it, which I'll just put up now. So that was nice. We're just waiting for the chimney sweep to arrive, and it's going to be between 9:30 and 10:30. That's the only time they gave us. And as I said, I'm going to see if he'll let me film him, and he can explain a little bit about what he does. So as promised, we've got Jill and Paul here from Nobby's Sweeps in Northampton. So hello.
Morning.
Just got them over because, as I mentioned in the earlier vlog, I don't know the history of this stove, so I want to get it checked out and made sure that it's all safe, and so I've called the experts in.
You see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
At the back, I'll put them bricks out. It's expose the bolts.
So that's taking the baffle plate out, or trying to.
Yeah. I don't think it's been out for a while. Look at this.
Is that to gain access to the flue itself?
Yeah. Yeah, we need to lift the baffle plate out of the top, then it goes access in there, you see.
Oh,
The baffle plate, which will be restricting the flow.
Ah, so that's why I wasn't drawing up so brilliantly.
He'll turn that off. Oh, God. That's disgusting.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised it worked at all.
Yeah, it didn't draw fantastically, so
Yeah, look. If you
goodness me, guys.
You see it there?
Wow.
You see all the muck?
Yeah. You can see all that up there. I'll zoom in. Crikey. So it's important to have this done, isn't it?
Yes, very important. That's a fire waiting to happen.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. So Paul's got the baffle plate off there, and my hair, just showing how dirty the flue is. So that's important that I've had this done and had it done by a professional. There we go.
One too many, I thought it was.
Let's come out the top there. Just changed brushes. That bad boy coming out. I think the first brush was to break down all the hard crusty stuff, and this is more of a cleaning brush. That's it, cool.
Lift it up, you see?
Wow, what a difference.
The clean flue makes.
Amazing. So you used the first brush, that was a wire brush, was it, or something?
It's like a garden strimmer wire.
Okay.
And it just obviously spinning it on the drill, and there's 16 strands and it's 2.8 millimeters thick.
Oh wow.
And just centrifugal force, just it's called a whip head. And then I used what we call an hard brush, a propeller brush basically, which is like about 1.5 inches thick.
Yeah.
And that just polishes the flue up there.
I saw that coming out the top, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's a lot
clean
better.
everything out.
Super.
Should draw lovely now when I'm finished.
Lovely. And that's the baffle plate going back.
That's the baffle plate, but it was all carved up. So it is. When there's a build upon the baffle plate,
Yeah.
when there's a build upon the baffle plate, obviously that restricts the airflow into
Right.
the pipe.
Oh, okay.
So this will work 10 times better.
So that's why I was getting smoke coming into the cabin when I had the door open. Right. Okay.
Top of the baffle plate is the most important thing you can do, as it restricts the airflow from the gases that go up the chimney.
So that's something that they don't have to clean. Sweep. I wouldn't notice. No.
I always get a qualified technician to do it.
Yeah.
Some baffles are not bolted in, and they just lift out, which is easy, but some you can do. When it's all bolted, you have to take it to bits. We always recommend that.
And the risk of having that, like you said earlier, could have caused a fire within the pipe.
Yeah, can also cover up side poison.
Oh, okay.
Restricted. The gas is going up the chimney, so it's not a chimney, it's going up into the wood.
Right.
Also, it's very important to be wearing a mask before you take the baffle down, because you don't know what's up there.
Oh, okay.
And obviously, as I unbolted it, there was a big dust cloud of everything, all the debris and that on top of the baffle come down.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want that in your lungs.
No, definitely.
This is why.
What sort of things have you found when you've taken baffle plates down?
Dead birds.
Really?
Yeah, you
Wow.
not too much of a problem on here,
No.
you know, but sort of thing. But in class 1 chimneys in houses, things like that, you get birds and nesting. They could have been rotting for 5-6 years.
Gosh.
So there's no telling what is actually in a chimney.
Diseases and all sorts.
Diseases, you know, I have found dead squirrels. So,
Wow.
this is why as soon as I walk into a property, a house, a boat, or whatever it be, first thing is a PPE mask on with HEPA filters to protect me from
Safety
anything going to
first.
my lungs.
Brilliant. These are the fire bricks going back in.
In a bit.
It might be worth at some point me trying to get them replaced.
Yeah, I mean, these are not the original to the stuff. There's one in there, but the originals are in there. Some of these.
The original's in there. You see, this stove is a Chinese stove.
Yeah.
Yes. The fire protection of these baffle these bricks on the side. They've got
Yeah.
metal ones.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, metal ones don't retain heat.
Oh,
Yeah. So what somebody has done at some point is put these thermo bricks in, which are usually used in open fires,
yeah.
surrounding an open fire, because they've got a good thermal mass,
Retain the heat.
retain the heat for you. So when you go to bed, you still keep warm.
Yeah, it does tend to stay warm now. I've learnt the tricks.
So, yeah, we've got a bit left over. The joints on boats are not the best,
Yeah.
but this was completely sealed. There was no, usually sometimes on a metal pipe where the joints are, you'll get dust come out,
Oh, okay.
but there was nothing.
Yeah, no, it's just that little bit on the top, which I've got some fire cement in the front of the boat. But, and is that what you're putting in there?
Yeah, this is a heavy duty Victus fire cement, which goes up to 3,000 degrees C.
Wow.
The stove will destroy before this,
Wow.
basically.
So next time you come to clean it, it's going to be a lot easier and...
Well, hopefully, no, I've cleaned that, you know,
yeah.
but this obviously is only a little stove on a little boat, and the big problem you suffer from is because of the length of the flue. It is only 3 metres,
Yeah.
whereas a normal standard house is usually up to about 10 metres.
Wow.
So it's vitally important that this is kept clean, because it's only got a short drawer.
Okay.
If the drawer's not big enough, she won't work.
Ah, see, I've always had it going into there.
No, it's the channel in this doorway. Here, there's a channel. See?
my God.
It goes into there, and then the fins here must slope into the stove, so that the ash and everything,
Falls
otherwise if it's the other way around, it falls out onto your floor.
Goodness me. I always use a bit of ash to clean that one, I remember.
Yeah, I use a stove glass cleaner, the product we can buy for the industry.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. And that's all part of the service of checking your stove out.
The best thing about it is when we're cleaning a stove and polishing it, is you're actually checking the physical structure as well of it. You know.
What would you recommend to sort of black it again, improve the aesthetic of it? Because it looks a bit.
Just gonna do that in a minute.
Ah.
And then we'll just give it a clean the polish all the way around it, just to
Make it look good.
Make it look good.
I did think about getting one of the Morso squirrels, but this seems to do what it is designed to do.
Morso squirrels are a fantastic stove. I mean, unfortunately on boats, all stoves will struggle because of the cold and the damp.
Yeah.
And that's just nature because you're on the water. You'll never get a brilliant one. A, because But the conditions and the weather conditions and the moisture in the water, that is why you've got rust degradation on top of the stove.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously it's close to water.
And the boat does get condensation inside and
Exactly. So
all that sort of stuff.
it's a metal item inside, so it's going to rust. Unfortunately, there ain't nothing you can do about that.
No.
The only thing they do now is the flue pipe. They do a twin wall system,
Okay.
which is an insulated pipe, but it's expensive, and to be honest with you, it's not really needed on a boat. I've only ever seen one on a boat.
There's the lovely Jill getting her sea legs. I think it's first time on a narrowboat, isn't it, Jill?
Yes.
Right, so now we're going to put a smoke bomb in to test the drawer.
Oh, okay.
This could come back in the room.
Right.
Because it is cold and damp. If it does come, then we do what we call, this is a cold test.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to do a hot test, but we have got quite good conditions today, so I'm quite hopeful this will work.
So get a shot of that going then, and it should see some. What colour smoke will it be? Just normal white smoke.
Put the smoke bomb in the centre there, just to test the drawer.
Oh wow.
And make sure the air vents are shut
Yeah.
all the way around.
Goodness me, look at that.
This will test to see if there's any leaks in the stove. Then we'll open the primary valve,
Yeah.
then the secondary valve, and now we can see it's rolling away and drawing.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Looking perfect. And we can go outside now.
Look at that. Okay, Paul, so that's done. That's taken us taken you about half an hour. I just thought I'd let the viewers know a little bit about yourself, your company, how long you've been sweeping, and just tell people that, again, the importance of getting your chimneys checked.
Okay, my name's Paul Green. I run my own company called Nobby the Sweep. I started chimney sweeping just over 6 years ago now on my own, due to the lack of sweeps in the town, really. My own sweep was packed up trading, and I really struggled to find a new sweep to sweep my own home.
Yeah.
Use those immortal words, how hard can it be? Went and bought some brushes, got a YouTube and learned how to do it. My wife then took a photo and put it on Facebook, and there's a good old saying, the rest is history. Because within an hour we had 18 people message us and say, can you come and do mine for me?
Wow, amazing.
And I took one look at it, I went, there's something in this. So then when I took professional training courses, one to learn to be a sweep, then I took another one to be a rotary power sweep, which is what I've just done on the stove on the boat here. And then I also took an environment course to learn to dispose of the debris and everything, and obviously nest removal and things like that.
Yeah.
I first started the company, I was a lorry driver before, and I was just doing it a bit part-time in the evenings and weekends and that for friends and family, and then realised that there was potential. So I packed up my job full-time and went part-time lorry driving for 2 years, to start with. So I was lorry driving 3 days a week and sweeping 3 days a week. And then the business grew so much that I packed up lorry driving altogether, which is probably the best thing I ever did, because I didn't like driving anyway. And then we couldn't be in a worse time in our business when I decided to go full-time. We hit COVID.
Oh, goodness.
Which, you know, as self-employed was very difficult with income not coming in, but then we found people were at home, so they were using their fires more, so there was actually more business for us, which might sound strange. Obviously we had to comply with COVID regulations of going into people's houses and that, which we did. And unfortunately then my wife Jill, who's Mrs. Sweep, was furloughed and then made redundant during COVID. So she came and took a training course as well and came to work with me. She now runs the office, and since then, well, Jill was on the training course. A friend of mine, Chris, who's our other sweep, learned. We've now got 2 vans on the road, and within the next 6 months we anticipate getting the 3rd van on the road.
Oh, fantastic.
The importance of having your chimney swept is 1, to stop a chimney fire, and 2, carbon monoxide poisoning. The best thing you can put in your house is a carbon monoxide detector. I can't stress that enough.
And I've got 3 on my boat.
You've got 3 on your
Do
boat.
they have to be on particular levels? Because I've got them all at head height.
Always as high as you could possibly get it, really.
Right, okay.
Sort of 6 inches from the top of the ceiling is fine. because carbon monoxide rises.
Right.
The amount I see laying on the floor, which is a total waste of time, because the carbon monoxide rises, so the time the carbon monoxide drops to the floor level where the alarm is and the alarm goes off, you're probably already asleep and dead.
And what sort of state was my stove when you saw that? Because as I say, I bought the boat in October, didn't know the history of the stove, so that's why I thought it was important to get you in to clean it, and I'm glad I did, because you said it was quite bad. It was
in a very bad state. The baffle plate itself was completely blocked up on the top inside the stove, and as the video shows, the flue itself was all clogged up and contaminated.
Wow.
Which we've now cleaned out. We've done a second video of the inside of the pipe now. I'm quietly anticipating tomorrow, when you use the stove, that it'll be a totally different animal now. It'll burn beautiful and evacuate.
And more
properly.
efficient.
Be more efficient.
I'll send you a message and let you know.
Okay.
Well, Paul, thank you very much for letting me film you do your job. I think it's very important to get this message across to other boaters. Don't do it yourself unless you've got the tools and the knowledge behind it. You know, get someone like Paul and Nobby sweeps in, and you know, you can rest peacefully at night. So thank you very much.
No worries.
And Mrs. Sweep.
Thank you.
There's all the brushes, and that's the one you put through first, wasn't it?
Hey, no, that's still on the rods.
All right. Same sort of thing.
Yeah, same sort of thing. They're different widths for different flue pipes. Yours is a 6-inch pipe. There's 5-inch pipes, 4-inch pipes.
Okay.
And then, as you can see in the roof, we've got everything for open fires, this sort of size, you know.
Goodness me.
Brushes, all sorts. And then we've got other different heads of different
That looks
sizes.
like some torture stuff, this does.
That's nest buster.
Wow.
That's for getting a nest out of chimneys, class 1 chimneys.
Yeah.
We call it a brick chimney, basically, in a house. And you put that up, and that basically will, on an electric drill, will power through the mud base and the twigs and bring it all down.
Goodness me. So I've just seen Paul and Jill off, and lovely clean stove, clean flue. He's repaired that fire brick at the back. Show me where this goes in properly in the front of the stove. It's all cleaned out, lovely, polished up, cleaned the glass. Raring to go for a new fire now.